The exact year isn't given. A voiceover tells us that during a dark time of persecution, Jewish people turned to Kabbalah, an ancient mystical practice, to summon a powerful protector. We see a chilling scene inside a synagogue at night. Dead bodies lie scattered everywhere, clearly the result of a ritual gone wrong. A rabbi enters, horrified, and finds a massive, terrifying creature, the Golem, standing silently in the shadows. As the rabbi tries to calm it, a young girl quietly enters. She picks up a shard of glass and walks toward the Golem. Despite the rabbi's warning, she doesn't stop. Her presence causes the Golem to snap, and it brutally kills the rabbi. Before we see what happens next, the scene cuts. We're taken to 1673 in a small Jewish village in Lithuania. Here lives the film's main character, Hannah. Hannah is seen getting treated by the village healer, Abigail. 7 years ago, Hannah lost her only child, and the trauma still haunts her. Since then, she's secretly taken medicine to avoid becoming pregnant again. She can't face that pain twice. Her husband, Benjamin, doesn't know this. He still hopes they'll have a child one day to complete their family. But Hannah has never told him the truth. Though she avoids motherhood, Hannah is deeply curious and intelligent. While women aren't allowed inside the synagogue during study, Hannah secretly listens in from a hidden chamber below. She's passionate about sacred texts, especially the forbidden teachings of Kabbalah. Benjamin, who is the rabbi's son, helps her. He brings her books from the synagogue and even showed her the secret way in. But they both know this must stay hidden from the rest of the village. Benjamin's father believes it's time to move on. It's been 7 years since Joseph died, and he tells Benjamin he should marry someone else, someone who can give him a child. But Benjamin refuses. He still loves Hannah and won't leave her. Though Hannah hides her pain, Benjamin's love for children is obvious. He often plays violin for the neighborhood kids, laughing and bonding with them. He's a father at heart, just without a child of his own. At Hannah's request, Benjamin secretly brings her a forbidden book on Kabbalah, a mystical Jewish practice that explores the spiritual bond between humans, the world, and God. This book contains ancient rituals, the kind most fear even to read. Benjamin warns her, Kabbalah is dangerous. Some believe it can cost you your life. But Hannah doesn't care. Her mind is already set. Later, we see Hannah with her younger sister, Rebecca, whose wedding is just days away. The two share warm memories and laugh together. But during their walk, they wander too far and notice a man from a nearby village staring at them. Unlike their isolated Jewish village, the neighboring Christian villages are suffering from a deadly plague. Oddly, Hannah's village has remained untouched, something others have begun to notice. On Rebecca's wedding day, the whole village is celebrating. The joy, however, is short-lived. A group of strangers suddenly storms the village. They're from one of the plague-stricken Christian settlements. Their leader, Vladimir, brings his dying daughter with him. He accuses the Jews of using dark magic to protect themselves while letting others suffer. He blames them for the plague. The rabbi stays calm, telling Vladimir they had nothing to do with it. They live far away, and the sickness spread among villages that are close together. But Vladimir isn't here to talk. He wants revenge. To make his point, he shoots a villager in cold blood right in front of everyone. Fear spreads instantly across the crowd. He declares that unless his dying daughter is cured, no one in the village will survive. When Rebecca pleads with him to leave, one of his men kicks her in the stomach, injuring her. The healer Abigail steps in and offers to treat the girl. Vladimir agrees, but on one condition. No one leaves the village until his daughter recovers. If she survives, he'll spare them. If not, they all die. the entire village is now under his control. Later, the villagers gather at the synagogue, where the rabbi urges everyone to pray. He believes this suffering is a test from God, and violence isn't the answer. But Hannah can't stay silent. She interrupts the prayer and insists they need to fight back, not with weapons, but with ancient sacred words. She wants to use Kabbalah to summon a golem, a mystical creature made to protect the innocent. Benjamin tries to stop her, but she stands firm. Hannah believes they need more than faith now. They need action. Let's first try to understand what a golem actually is. In Jewish folklore, a golem is a creature made of mud or clay, brought to life through prayers and holy words. It was created in times of war, persecution, or plague to defend the Jewish people. The golem is powerful and loyal, but dangerous. If its creator loses control, it can turn on its own people. The legend teaches a deeper warning. When humans try to play God, the results can be disastrous, and in the film, it's hinted that the golem created in the opening scene, which killed a rabbi, was one of those earlier failed attempts. Now, Hannah is about to walk the same dangerous path. Hannah's suggestion to create a golem shocks everyone. The rabbi questions her, asking how she even knows about such things, and who would give life to it. Hannah boldly says she will. The rabbi mocks her, saying, "You couldn't give my son a child, and now you think you can give life to a golem?" Benjamin, hurt and disappointed, quietly asks Hannah to come home. Most people in the village believe Hannah is unable to have children, but the truth is, she has chosen not to, out of grief and fear. Back home, Hannah learns that Rebecca has lost her baby due to the earlier attack. She now needs treatment outside the village. That's when Hannah makes up her mind. She will create a golem to protect them all. She sneaks into the synagogue, gathers the ancient books, and heads into the forest. Using sacred Hebrew words, she writes a scroll and places it in the mouth of a clay figure she sculpts by hand. She also marks its forehead with holy letters. The scroll is the key. It gives the golem life, and if it must ever be destroyed, the scroll must be removed. Once the ritual is complete, Hannah collapses from exhaustion. She wakes up the next morning, but nothing seems to have changed. Disappointed, she returns home, thinking the ritual didn't work. That night, strange sounds come from the barn. Around the same time, Benjamin discovers that Hannah has been taking medicine to prevent pregnancy. Feeling completely betrayed, he leaves the house, broken and angry. Now alone, Hannah hears noises again and checks the barn. There, she briefly sees a mud-covered boy holding a doll, the same doll she once made for Joseph. But when she turns to look again, the boy is gone. Suspicious, Hannah returns to the forest. The clay figure she made has vanished. Suddenly, she's ambushed by Vladimir's men. They tie her up and try to hang her. Just as she's about to die, the attackers are ripped apart before her eyes, their bodies violently shredded. The rope breaks, and Hannah falls to the ground, shaken and breathless. Someone has saved her. After escaping death, Hannah sees a mud-covered boy approaching her. At first, she's scared, but soon realizes it's the golem she created. He gently touches her, and Hannah, moved and relieved, hides him in the barn, away from everyone. Meanwhile, the village men continue their prayers, hoping faith will protect them. But Rebecca's husband, filled with anger, secretly finds a gun and tells Benjamin he wants revenge. Benjamin warns him, firing a single bullet could get the entire village wiped out. That night, Hannah brings the golem home, bathes him, and dresses him with care. She begins to see her lost son, Joseph, in the creature. The emotional connection grows. Hannah becomes a mother again, at least in her heart. Abigail visits and notices the strange boy. When Hannah admits the truth, Abigail is horrified. She tells Hannah that this isn't a protector, it's a soulless monster, and bringing it to life is like making a deal with the devil. Hannah refuses to back down. She insists that once Vladimir's daughter dies, he'll destroy the entire village, and the golem is their only shield. Realizing she can't stop Hannah, Abigail reveals something chilling. She has seen a golem before, as a child. That golem, created to protect, ended up killing its own people. The opening scene of the film was not just a memory. It was Abigail's past. She was the girl who approached the creature, and she saw the horror unfold. Abigail begs Hannah, "Once the danger passes, you must destroy it." She explains the golem won't die like a normal being. To end its life, the scroll in its mouth must be removed. To test this, Hannah tries to drown the golem, but it survives. Abigail's warning was true. Later, Hannah sees Benjamin at a neighbor woman's house, laughing and talking. Jealousy and anger surge through her, and the golem senses it. Hannah starts to realize the golem is linked to her, almost like they share the same soul. When she feels intense anger after seeing Benjamin laughing with another woman, she grabs a knife, ready to attack, but stops when her eyes meet the golem's. Her rage fades instantly. Later, as she sews clothes for the golem, a needle pricks her finger, and he feels the pain too. The truth becomes clear. They are physically and emotionally connected. The next morning, Hannah finds her neighbor's mutilated body outside. She instantly knows it was the golem. But the villagers blame Vladimir's men. Tensions boil over. Benjamin, no longer willing to stay silent, leads the men to confront Vladimir's group. A fight breaks out. Rebecca's husband is killed, and Benjamin is nearly next, until the golem appears and crushes the attacker's skull. Seeing the chaos, Vladimir fires at the golem. Hannah feels the pain too, but the golem doesn't die. Just as the golem prepares to kill Vladimir, his daughter arrives, now recovering. Seeing her alive, Hannah tells Vladimir to leave. He does so silently. The villagers look on, stunned and speechless, now seeing the golem as their savior. That night, Benjamin comes home and asks Hannah for forgiveness. She forgives him, but the golem hasn't. While the couple shares a quiet moment, the golem suddenly stabs his own foot, and Hannah feels it. She doesn't understand why, until later, when Benjamin plays a gentle melody for the golem. The creature calms down, and for the first time, Hannah and Benjamin feel close again. But peace is short-lived. That night, Abigail sneaks into their home, intending to kill the golem. Instead, the creature kills her mercilessly. When Benjamin finds out, he's terrified. He now realizes just how dangerous this protector really is. Benjamin urges Hannah to leave, but she refuses to abandon the golem. With no other option, he goes to his father. Together, they decide to perform a ritual to destroy the creature, but it must be done inside the synagogue. Using his violin, Benjamin lures the golem inside, where the villagers begin the ritual. But as the golem feels pain, Hannah feels it too. Unable to let him suffer, she runs to stop them. But the synagogue doors are locked. At the same time, Vladimir's daughter dies, ending any hope he had. Enraged, he marches toward the village to exact revenge. Chaos follows. Fire, death, and destruction spread across the settlement. Outside, Vladimir attacks Hannah, but when the golem senses her pain, he goes berserk, slaughtering everyone inside the synagogue, except Benjamin, who manages to escape. The golem reaches Vladimir just in time to stop him from killing Hannah. In a brutal moment, it rips out his heart, killing him instantly. One by one, the golem eliminates the rest of Vladimir's men, though much of the damage has already been done. When Hannah regains consciousness, the golem approaches her gently, but Benjamin reminds her, "He's not our son." Hannah finally understands. This being, born from grief and magic, is too dangerous to live, but in her eyes, it still feels like Joseph, the child she lost. Holding him close, she whispers, "I'll always love you, but it's time to rest." She kisses the golem and removes the scroll from his mouth. Instantly, his body collapses into dust and earth. Hannah is shattered again, but Benjamin is there to hold her. In the film's final moment, we see the scroll, once used to give the golem life, now in the hands of a young girl whose mother had been killed by the creature. And with that, the story ends.